Om Ganganapate Nama, Sri Guru Bhyarma hariom. Friends, this is an attempt to bring a closest model to correlate the God principle, which is Achalam, and the being who is moving. And now this has to be, because God is ever present means there is no space where He is not. But then being is moving, and it is said that God and Jiva and God are one. Then this is and so many the God uh, that God principle, that is jnana, power and pervasiveness, is some extent is retained in this embodiment. But he is moving, how to that handshake to happen. This closest analogy is the overhead electricity line and a train which is tapping it. So this is more closer, because we can even say about aircraft moving in space, or a bird moving in a space, or a cloud. But here the okay, it is only to depict that the all pervasive reality is not divisible. The space is one. Whatever is space in the aircraft is space outside, space in the bird is thing. But that much only it can uphold that concept, that it is indivisible, it is one, the reflection. But further to drive home this point, this because so much activity is happening in the body, all this is possible when one has got energy and that awareness. Now what is happening? This train, for example, now we say gross, subtle and casual body. Now anyhow we will not go into all those. All this attempt is to make it as simple. Now the train, there is a overhead, there is a tapping point U-shaped, that is tapping, drawing the energy to the train. Now train, if we correlate to our body, now from our there is a energy, and now God, like overhead energy, we are tapping energy to our thing. It is now that energy, the train now will start with train and then correlate. Now train energy, that voltage power is tapped in into the main controls. That controls, it is distributed to lighting, it is distributed to the all of it to the motors, and it is fed to some projector where some activity film, or it is a on board thing. Now that energy in the main switch, which is giving to the light, and which is going to the fan inside, and to the movie theater, and into the motor. Now this may be moving, but the energy, the contact point there, it is one and same. From the energy point of here, one limitation in this example, that electricity is there is a space where there is no electricity. That is the limitation. That this could be in this here, that we can again go to the analogy of the space and moving earth, or space and moving aircraft, but for the sake of only comprehending. So that electricity moving and electricity fixed overhead, it is. Now each train, each being is a train. Now if we say 130 millions, now there are 130 trains. Now this is a very closest example, because the time and again in our scripture so many examples are floated. All these are only to drive home the point, because it is a otherwise it is very difficult to comprehend this great thing. Now, each train is each being, and one common factor is that indivisible electricity overhead and this train, because each one has got jnana. I have jnana. Everybody says all these trains have got the same knowledge. Now this electricity, though is moving, there is a point of contact where this contacted is fixed. Contact relatively, the moving sliding one is having touch with the fixed. Let us see that as of that point of view, both are inseparable. That is a thing. Now, if we draw the analogy, and this human body, we have tapped that energy, as we say, that energy. Now, one point is that the train from that main switch, it is jnana. Now, one more thing we have to attribute has been electricity. It is inert. Whichever inert means in our philosophical thing, it has no knowledge, and it is unable to say I am, aham. So that ability to say aham is awareness. Ability to say inability to say aham is it is inert. Now, if electricity were to be given the awareness I am, now that I am is electricity. Electricity is I am. As we have seen time and again, same example: ink, inked words. Inked words have no existence apart from the ink. If electricity is like ink, inked words is I am, because I am means awareness. So that is it is only for understanding. Now this I am electricity is pervading the train. It is in its presence the motor. It gives it the action organs. It gives it the propelling. It is able to move, and the fan is rotating. Light is lit, and then there is a projection. There is a film going on. So this I am is playing a part, means electricity. Now coming to the human being, that same jnana, prakasha, and electricity, it is because it has awareness, it says I am. Now that I am jnana, and its immediate expression is jnana is directly operating I am, and with that in the presence that awareness, when it is fed to the mind film, that awareness through that through that through that instrumentation, awareness is illuminating. It's a jnana and prakasha are one thing. That mind, all emotions or our feelings are taking place, and it in its presence it happens. There is this electricity is illuminating a bulb. That bulb light, prakasha, this mind, content of the mind, they are manifested. So they are light and play of the light. Now that power, Shakti, it is the formations of the Shakti is formations of the body, or this body, our thing. Now this analogy, now I am, now as when it is cognizing I am to be awareness, and it is awareness thing, and as awareness it is fixed, because our philosophy as electricity. Now in the train we have seen that main switch I am. Now if we scope electricity, it is a sinusoidal wave, so and so voltage, and depending on the load current, and that both are sinusoidal only, and their overhead also sinusoidal. As attributes content as a thing, it is fixed, because that electricity is fixed. As the downstream tapped also same lakshana, vachya vedaha lakshana abhedaha, vachya vachaka abhedaha, vachya vachaka abhedaha. This I am and awareness are inseparable, and I am that awareness is God. So God and I am, only for sake of indicated words, indicators, it is separate, but the content is one. Now that awareness, which is I am, now it is in its presence all this happens. Now that is the correlation. Now one thing, that awareness further is this: if you extend it to a space, it will be further, it is never indivisible. That is what is the underlined. Now we can know whenever we are moving, yes, what it is for moving to happen, there has to be a space, and the space enclosed in the movement, it has not been divided. It has not become it is not a piece. It is not one part. So that achalam, the principle of God is achalam kotastham dhruvam, and it is and here also it is the same thing, provided if we turn to that reality. Now what is happening out of ignorance or spell? This I am which is in the train main switch. Electricity as I am, okay, but I am an entity. It is it is a projected entity which is which is not retaining electricity. That is the problem. Avarana Vikshepa, this is what Maya. Now, electricity as I am okay, awareness as I am okay, but there, awareness means I am, means awareness, but there is an imposter, I am existing. It is this fellow, suppose in train, he says, because of me, train is moving, because of me, the lights are on, because of me, the film projector is working, because of me, fan is working, and this fellow is doership. He himself is a projection, one projected, one falsehood, and his doership is falsehood. And the deed, because he has knowledge, karma, kriya, the deed also he knows. No, train is that electricity is that I am moving the train, and the deed. And the movement of the train it knows, and the lit lamp it knows, the lit fan it, the rotating fan it is aware. It is no. It is the next thing I am doer to I am knower, and I am the deed. Now that is the fourth stage fall is I am deed. That is what is an ignorant thing. Now here also in this body, awareness as I am is fine. Out of this there is a projection which is separated, and that I am existing. That first entity, I am existing. This I am existing in the presence of I am, that the root consciousness all happening. This now this is he is I am existing, and he is carrying the name tag Sudhakar, and then this Sudhakar says I am the doer. The body moves. I am moving. Body sees I am seer, and a perceiver, feeler, thinker, the subtle body made. Now doer is one second mistake. Third mistake is the deed he is aware of it because he has knowledge. Now he is knower of the mind and the deed, everything pursued. Now third mistake is knower. Fourth mistake is identifying with the known. I am the light. I am the pursued things. I am the thought. I am body. I am prana. Now this is a crush. So now it is a thing, as in the presence of electricity the equipment operate, as in the presence of awareness this all happenings in the body operate. But that foisted, that is making completely a bluff of this one. I am existing. Existence everywhere, as in this that all electricity everywhere is very much in this train. A train is felicitating. Sannidhi Matrena. That is what electricity is Sakshi. The I am is Sakshi. Because, okay, now we will just move forward. This train is that tapping point is there. Now this train functioning is happening in the wake state. Now same feeder is giving to another small one mobile thing, and that tapped point is one. Tapped point one. This main switch is shifted to the other automobile traction. Now there that is moving it. There is a one film, that is a dream. The main switch is tapped to the other one traction on the tracks. Whatever is the electricity received in the train, that is here it is switched off. Downstream it is tapped to the other mobile. That is a dream, and that also has stopped deep sleep. Now this I am actually is presiding over in the three states only in this train, in that traction. When this is also moving, it is just the connections are open. It is not moving anything. Now when it is open circuit also in deep sleep on dream, it is giving a traction, one mobile auto locomotive or a train, that is fixed, that is invariable, that I am. Now the I am, when it is routed through this train, that I am is, this is what is the distinction to drive home the point. This I am is what that I am only this I am, because it is energy. It is electricity. Now this I am existing as a second entity projection to understand this one. So I am actually electricity as I am as electricity fine. Awareness as I am as awareness fine. There is an entity who is projecting because as awareness it is everywhere, but as awareness expression I am, it is it is only reflecting. That reflection has to turn to bimba, the root. Then fine. That is God retained. That if election were to be God, this is now this I am, the God expression has separated from the God. Now the I am existing is that kind of a foisted, projected thing, imposter. This I am and this is bearing the name, and that is owning all that happenings in the presence of I am awareness, and then it is a doer, it is a knower, it is a knower, and it is a becomer, it is devastated. So we have to find some analogy, whichever is draws closer. The attempt is how the divinity, in its presence, everything happen. There is a thing. So that's why time and again some model we have to say that God means jnana. Jnana means I am, and jnana means I am. I am means jnana. This two-way has to happen. I am means jnana. Jnana means I am. So an entity who is diverged from this duality, from this two-way, jnana is I am jnana, that is projected. So Shakti is offshoot of Shakti is Shakti. The Shakti for Karya is the bodies, physical, within or without. Then these they have to be interlinked, and the light and derivatives they have to interlink. It is only oneness. I am and jnana is one, and jnana prakasha is derivatives through mind or feelings, and jnana shakti. Shakti is second stage. Shakti is solid state is the bodies are five elements. Like H2O, it is what is very much the salt. So it is a liquid, liquid to solid. So if you see the salt, we will trace it to the H2O. Same way, this is because science also upholds some matter owes to energy. Energy's downstream cycle is matter from Akasha. Now everything space, it has then air and then uh, heat, then water, then so physical. So this former because energy actually all these are energy, solid, liquid, gas, and electric. All this goes to the root substratum has been energy. So it is a thing to be. This is the chain, top down and down up. So this one by default we are pulled down, Adhyaropa. Then we have to escalate to that great science. Now here and that one thing is it is divisible one and say moving unmoving is that space. Suppose Earth is moving, the space localized to Earth, it is not divided. Whatever is Earth volume, the space, Earth is moving, the space has not divided. The pratibimba of the space, pratibimba of space in the Earth and the bimba are one and this moves that is fixed. Here also, God principle achalam kutastram dhruvam, kutastha, and dhruvam it is fixed, but it is the moving is happening. So from the jnana point of view, which is I am not moving, I am all pervading. So this kind of a thing. Imagine another example would be a fire. Imagine everything is fire. There is a iron mass, which this is very much finds space. Tapta as pindavat. So this iron mass, imagine we can it is on a rollers, tripod rollers. It is placed in the fire. Iron mass is now it also it will reflect light, and this is moving. Now the fire is imagine it is all pervading. The fired iron mass is moving, but fire localized to iron mass it has not, it has no fire. It is achalam. That moving one is very much that only. It is two in reflected and bimba, pratibimba are one and same. Now this is what is Adhyaropa. Now it looks as if the source is having a form. Now somebody says fire. Fire is very round and it is whatever is 10 centimeters dia. Now fire is not a form, not a size, but there is Adhyaropa. We are foisting. If a baby sees, oh, it is fire. Fire is really like a round ball, but fire. Now fire is given. Now this also, oh, the iron mass is so fired. It is so uh, he. It is its now the fire attributes have come to the iron. Iron attributes have come to the fire. This is anyonya dharma adhyasa. Adhyasa means superimposition. So, but it is bimba pratibimba are one. One is moving, one is fixing. All these analogies are only to make simplified comprehension to guide that thing for which this human being, like a flight aircraft, with time and again, it is capable to fly. It is this process which will retrieve the, and from that standpoint, this screw is up and down is wonderful. We operate through the body, discharge all these functions, bearing very much in our thing. We are that. So from that awareness, with that art, transact through the body, this field, and enact like a person comes into the film city, perform roles and quit. Now he is carrying the back end, his awareness, and he is not entangled. Now the entanglement, forgetting who is he is lost in the enacted thing. He is conditioned. That's what is. That is what that is ignorance. Now this is awareness. With this model, it is only trying to depict that thing. One can have one's own model to convey this potent message, which is given in our scriptures, unfolded by many masters, and it is a reality realized by so many our Mahatmas, Siddhas. Hariom.